right, welcome back to Blueprint Bootcamp Tournament Edition. Today we're going to be doing BBTE number 5, which is our curved lid, so stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing the curved lid BBTE number 5 from our High School Heroes Tournament. Go ahead and jump on into the drawing and we'll get started and see what we got to do. So jump on down here. We have our units as millimeters, grams, and seconds. Material is ABS, and this is a tier 2 model. If we look, this is kind of what we're making, this kind of like bean-shaped curved lid. This is our overall general shape. We need to come up with, we got a Toby note that says all outer edges are tangent. So we're going to make sure that all these circles are tangent to one another. I think I'm going to start with the circles, get my spacing, 50 separating them vertically, 200 separating them horizontally. We have our wall here of 11 millimeters. We got some big stuff going on. But yeah, so I think we're going to do some multiple concentric circles. We'll add our same thing over here. We'll get kind of everything drawn in this one view, and then it's just a couple simple extrusions, about 3 extrusions, and we'll come up with our mass with a tolerance of plus or minus 1 gram. So pretty tight tolerance. And let's jump on into Onshape and let's see what we can do. All right, so once we are in Onshape, we need to go up here and change our units. Again, I draw everything in inches. This is just a good reminder to show you how to draw and change things up. So we'll go workspace units. We'll change this from inches to millimeters, and our mass needs to go from pounds to grams. We'll accept that. And let's get started with our sketch. So I'll select my top plane, Shift and S to start that sketch, N to normalize, P to hide those planes. And now I'm going to start with a center point circle off of my origin, and that needs to be 60 millimeters. I need, and this is kind of a good lesson too. This is where the offset tool comes in. So when it tells you a 60 millimeter diameter, and then it says 11 millimeter wall, you can just do an offset of 11. Well, we'll click and 11. So use the O key to do that offset by 11. You'll see we have there. And then I need another circle all off the same point. This time it's a radius of 70. So we got to do some math in our head. A radius of 70 would actually be 70 times 2, or a diameter of 140. And we'll kind of go over. I'm going to draw a circle, another circle up here that needs to be 40 millimeters. Sorry, I do a lot of stuff in inches. 40 millimeters, also with an 11 millimeter wall. So we'll offset and we'll tell it 11. Next, I am going to do a radius, or a circle with a radius of 50. So it would be a diameter of 100. Another way you could do it is if you don't know the math, you could just do 50, do the little star for a multiplication, 50 times 2, and that'll give you the same thing to show that you've done it as a function. Now we got to give it a dimension to have our spacing. So we know that center to center of these circles needs to be 200 millimeters horizontal, and vertically from one another, they need to be 50, spaced like so. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to draw a circle down here, and if I look, it says I need a radius of 123. So that's going to be 123 times 2, which is going to give us a total of 246. And then I'm going to tangent the rightmost circle and my blue circle I just did, and again, that blue circle and my leftmost circle like so to get that shape there. And just to make things a little easier, because what we're going to do next, because we have such a big one, it's a radius of 250, so it's going to be 500. I'm going to go ahead and start with the trim and just cut that piece to there so we have it tangent like we need to. Next, we're going to do another circle. And this time I need to make sure that everything gets encased in there. And I'm going to tell it 500 because 250 times 2 is going to be that 500. And you'll see what we need to do is it kind of tangented itself there, but we need the tangent across this top on this arc. So I'm going to tell it the left circle first, tangent, and then tell it to tangent here. Now the problem is because of the way we did it, it was so much closer, it's tangent to the bottom. Now, a couple of things I could do. I could move this, but you'll see it's not wanting to let me move because everything else is fixed in place. So how do you do this? How do you get there? So what I like to do personally is I will just draw the circle, and then instead of giving it the dimension first, I move it to where it's closer to my pieces down here. Then I do the tangent tool. So I'll select this circle in here and this circle in here. And now that's the arc we want. But I am going to trim off the excess, and I'm going to tell it dimension of this needs to be a radius of 250. So that's the way I like doing it. And then just to clean things up, we don't need these anymore. So I'm going to trim to get rid of those circles, and we get our full plate the way we need to. So that is everything you need to draw this shape. Now we need to turn it 3D. So we're going to go and we're going to accept the drawing as such. We are going to press Shift and E. And I'm going to do this a little different than I did the last one. I'm going to pull just this tube, and I'm going to tell it 38 millimeters. And you'll see it's going to go up like so. We'll accept it. I'm going to do my sketch. I'm going to pull this up. Shift E. And I just want that plate. And that plate needs to go up 18 millimeters. And we'll accept it. And last, we're going to take this piece, Shift and E. And because the way we've been selecting, it's always been adding, so I haven't needed to change that. That's going to be 27 millimeters. And now we have our finished curved lid, and it looks the way it's supposed to look. So next we need to add the material. And if we look back at our drawing, double check, we need to be doing this out of ABS. So right click, assign material, TTT custom materials, ABS. We'll accept that, and we'll click our little weight in the corner. We get a mass of 684.05. Round that down to a flat 684, and that is the correct answer. 684 is perfect, and the curved lid has a tolerance of plus or minus 1, so we can do 683 all the way up to 685, and of course our 684 is that center, and that's the correct answer. That's what we actually want. So falls within tolerance. We are all good there. Fairly simple part. It's just sometimes depending on the way the geometry is laid out, and like I know those tangents kind of threw us for a loop, but the way that the thicknesses kind of are listed can sometimes mess with you. This one kind of threw you a bone, so thank Toby for that. And anytime you see those pink Toby notes, he's not trying to play a trick on you, he's trying to help you out. So again, check out Too Tall Toby's website, tootalltoby.com/practice. Do all the practice models, sign up for an account, go watch his videos, tell him I sent you. Me and him are pretty tight. So take a look at what you can do and learn some new things and new models to practice, because it's only going to make you better. So remember, it's not about having a time, it's about having a time. It's not about having time, It's about making time. You guys take care. I'll see you next week.